So I think we are live, and soon the chat should be coming up. And I think it's live. So let me know if you guys can see me. And we're going to create today with the goodies that are on my table. So I figured we'd do a slimline card and a scrapbook page, all using the same materials. Hello. I can't see the chats up on the screen for some reason, but I can put my phone here. Awesome. So people are joining us. So I thought we could visit some goodies that we have in the store. We have lots of new items coming in. You can check the link below so that you don't miss anything. And just give a shout out if you have any questions as we go along. So a couple of things that we're going to do today is the slimlines prepackaged cardstock. This is the watercolor one, and this is the slimline cardstock that is on our perfect blend, which is fantastic. And then we have taken the guesswork out so that you also get the card bases, which is super fantastic. And then this is one of our newer paper pads. It's called Watercolor Rainbow. So I thought that would be super fantastic. And then we have these wonderful stickers and other stickers, which I think we might be die cutting instead of those. And then we have some new stencils. There's 6 of these. There's slimline, which is always fantastic. I know that you guys have been doing a lot of stencils lately because the machines have been busy creating all those. And then we have the collection from Simple Stories called Let's Get Crafty. And I thought that that would be fun to create with today. So we're going to go down to the table and get started. And we're just going to interject some things as we go. So how's everybody going and doing today? So I'm going to get out a slimline from my card panels, and I'm going to turn it on the side. I thought that would be a fun way to create with. I look fantastic. Well, thank you. I am just living the dream. So what's really fantastic with this stencil is you can use some of the crayons or just one, and I'm going to mostly work around. And how I'm going to start off is pixie spray. I don't know if you guys have used this, but this creates a nice barrier on your stencils so you do not have leakage underneath when you're trying to ink blend. And all you do is spray, and then I like to wave it in the air for like 15 minutes, like I just don't care. And hello to everybody that is joining us. So what I'm going to do, I thought it would be fun to just use one. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but the pixie spray makes it very easy to put this down. And here he comes. None of the...
I invented something to help you with that.
None of the things are coming up. So Christopher brought the stick.
You switch from chat here.
Oh.
I'll fix it. You just have to click chat.
I tried that. That's what came up. Oh,
there you go.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello. So I'm going to open up. And some of you guys have asked me how this works. So the first thing is you open it up. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but this is where we all start, right? Now, some of you have said, well, it's not sticky. And do you know why it's not sticky? Is there's a plastic film that protects the stickiness. So we have to make sure that we remove that plastic film, but we're not going to throw it away. We're going to just leave it nearby. And now it's sticky, see? And what I do is I can take my paper and put it down here. And what's nice is Christopher added these grid lines so I can get everything as even as possible, which I love. And then I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to add my stencil. Everybody with me so far? They're saying hello, Christopher.
And look at how well that holds that in place. I heard you say pixie spray when I was in my office, and I could not run over here fast enough.
Well, I have to also have the stencil, so.
Well, no, you can always use pixie spray
Yeah.
with it, but I just was like, it'll make it easier for it to hold everything down.
Yeah,
That's all.
and some people ask, can you use these? Yes, they are back in stock. We do not know for how long because sometimes they're gone in a couple of hours, sometimes a couple of days. So
All right, bye everyone.
do not hesitate. So the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to mask off the pieces that I do not want to use today. And again, this is a personal choice just because this is how I am creating today. And I'm going to move this slightly off because I want more of the crayon. And you guys will see what I'm up to fairly soon. So I'm going to mask off. And I'm going to also put some down here because that's personal preference. Now, I have a few thank you cards I'm going to have to make. So we need to figure out what color we want the crayon. So the other thing that we're going to play around with today, have you guys seen that we have amazing product, and I might have bought all of them. This is what happens when you work here, is you get to see all the goodies. So I have the Velveteen Glazes. So what color should we use? And what's really fantastic is I can also take a color from Simon, which is the bee sting, and I can put, and you'll see what I'm up to in a moment. Should I do red? Let's see, what blue do I have over here to work with today? I am just going through Christopher's colors. I can do, I have a problem. Listen, my problem is that I love all the crafty things. So, what do you guys think? Maybe the blue? I kind of like the blue option right now. Blue is singing to me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to blend on here, and I am going to get out two colors. One is a light blue, which is my Clear Skies, and there's some other fun tools that I have. And I have, so first of all, this is the Clear Skies ink. So I'm going to come on here and I am going to blend my crayon. And I'm doing this because I don't want a boring crayon, if that makes sense. And what's nice is my stencil is not moving because of the wonderful mat. I am going to come back in here. Hello. And I'm just going to put that on the back. Now, that was my light blue. And I'm going to come in here with No Diving from Simon. And I am going to just shade. I'm not going to get the entire crayon top. Is everybody with me? Hello, Tina. Nicole. So I'm going to leave this up at the top and just hit the edge so that when I pull the stencil up, I will have just a slight hue. Now, the paste is one of our new products. It's called a Velveteen Glaze. And look at how wonderful that is. Isn't that beautiful? So our Chroma Glaze is a shiny satin glaze. This is a matte, which, if you remember, a lot of crayons are very matte finish. And what I'm going to do is I am going to come in here and I am just going to use it as an accent. Oops. Sorry, concentrating. Yeah, so there was a peach one in the inspiration box. They have been all reformalized, Nicole, and they are stunning. So now I'm just going to close this, and I'm just going to clean this up. I'm going to clean off my palette knife so I don't get it everywhere. And I am going to carefully pull off a stencil. And look, now I should have added some more. And you see how there's no subscription, you just buy these individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my masking bits. And I'm just going to wipe off my stencil. There was never a subscription for this, Nicole. And now that I have this clean, I'm going to take my stencil off of my stick and stamp mat. Now, how do I remove this? So some of you guys want to take your fingernail and do this, and I do too, but that is not the correct way. So I'm going to rock this, and then it's going to come right off. And I can reuse that as many times as I want. And I'm just going to clean off, and I'm just using a paper towel and all of that just lightly at the bottom. Okay? So now I have my card right here, and I'm going to set this aside to dry. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to put my stencil. Now, to make sure that my stick and stamp mat, I can use it for next time, I'm going to take that plastic cover and I am just going to place it back on. And there you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna drop things, but that is a start. And then this will dry, and I'm going to start our next project. You probably shouldn't use it with a heat gun. It needs to dry naturally so that it doesn't get any weird type of bubbles. You just want to use a palette knife. And if I had been trying to do it straight across, it would have been very even. So I'm just going to let that dry. Hello, Candy. Thank you. So there you go with that. And now what we're going to do is start the next part of the project. So I have this scrapbook paper, and I have some pictures that I'm going to use with it. Thank you, Candy. So I know that some of you guys have seen me doing scrapbook pages before, and I have this picture. These are when my kids were really, really tiny. My youngest was probably about 7 months old. We were stuck in a snowstorm at my in-laws, and my older kid had decided to start coloring, and Nick had decided to come over and try to assist. So I want to like capture that on this page as our card dries. And I'm going to use that stencil today. And again, I'm going to pull out some Brutus Monroe goodies. I don't know if you guys have seen this paper pad, but it's gorgeous. So it has all these watercolor papers, and we can mix and match. They clean up well from time to time, Nicole. So you can see that it is a nice palette of the complete rainbow. Like, how gorgeous. Each one is prettier than the next. So I just have to decide when I'm doing this and which size do I want to do. And what's really cool about these paper pads, I can also use this. Look at how gorgeous that is. And you can see where my youngest was trying to put a green crayon assistance from the sibling, which is super fabulous. So I can come in here and I can take these, I think that one, see how it mirrors clothing. And then I need this red. And I can just start layering. I set that truly off to the side before I stick my finger in the gel. So if you notice when you're doing pictures, this is a 4x6. If you shrink it down to a 4x4, it actually shrinks the whole picture a little bit. And you can edit it usually. And I like this size for this project. And
you don't have to use this, but lots of folks were asking about it.
Oh, okay.
So I figured you could show it.
Christopher just brought in
The sprinkle spread.
the sprinkle spread. So we'll come back to that. So what I'm gonna do, have a good day. So I am going to cut this just a little bit bigger than my picture. I'm adding on 1/4 of an inch. And that tends to be a good size. I'm glad you could come in too for just a little bit, and we hope to see you again. So I am thinking, can add this over here. And I don't know if I want the red all the way underneath the whole picture. And this is some of our double-sided tape. Yes. Christopher cannot stop coming up with so many good glazes. So I'm going to put this on here. You can see that you can move stuff around. And I just put a little piece of tape right underneath that, so it's not too daunting. And then the other thing is I have this black that I just want a hair of it showing. Just trying to center things. Okay. And I'm just going to do the same thing here. Again, that'll just frame it in. And I kind of like this torn edge, so and again, you just start layering all of your pieces. So you can, till you get the look that you're looking for. And then so do you see how it's just a slight black around? And then I'm going to come in here with my purple. And I'm just layering the double-sided. I'm going to put this down more permanently. And then what I'm going to do is take my scissors and just get the back side of the tape off. And this makes it much easier than trying to dig in there with my fingernail. So now that that's covered, I can come in here and position this on the black. And then I can put that on top of the purple. And I'm just going to rough this up a little bit so that it's not so perfect. And you can see that that really picks up the shirt front a bit. And this is our Raven cardstock that I just found in the studio that Christopher was using to show, I think, markers or something. And this is just building up the focal point. And then we'll go down and do the next layer. What's nice is our double-sided tape allows you just enough time that you can move stuff around so you're not stuck. And then I'm going to put this red on, and I might just take a strip of it. Yes, that is the easy tear tape. Because I don't necessarily need it for the whole way around. I can just keep adding on different sides. I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to cut this back. And I don't throw away any of these scraps. I keep them for another time, another project, which is really fantastic. And that tear tape comes in 3/8 of an inch as well as a 1/4. And then I can come in here and again, just add that extra piece of black. Hello, Penny. Hello, Gail. You guys are sneaking in. So we made a part of a slimline card. I'm just letting it dry. And then we're going to use the same stencil to make my scrapbook page. I have this cardstock, and I thought that some of these tops would be really cute. This says principal's office, which is really funny. And this one is the Let's Get Crafty from Simple Stories that we have, and it's item number 172090. And what you can do yes, thank you so much. And so what I can do is I can literally come in here and just take the top of this. I don't have to use the whole thing to get different pieces. And I'm just going to cut and I'm going to probably rough up the top of these edges also. And I do have a hole punch. So it looks more legit. And I'm just going to come in here and again distress these a little bit. And you see how that just airs. I really do like this one. It has the principal's office. And what I can do is take that blue that I put away, or I can use black, and I can edge these just to give it a little bit more depth. And what's really fantastic is you can have these moments that you can scrapbook so that you can remember them for as the kids get older. And then we have embroidery floss here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. And this is a great way of just embellishing your projects. So I can take floss and create at the top of this tag. Because no one will ever know that this was not a real tag. And it comes in a lot of different colors. What do you guys like to use on your projects as far as embellishing? Any favorites? And you can make these as long or as short as you like. And then I can put that there, and then I have one more. I'm just going to stick this back. Mostly gems or sequins. I love gems. Have you seen our acrylic bubbles? I think we're going to use a couple of those on here. I think those are something fun to use. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these tags. Sequins, yeah, washi tape. Washi tape is fun. And what's nice is you can do that pretty simple without a lot of headache. I'm gonna push that down. So I'm just centering where I want my other tag to go. Yeah. And this just adds layers. Yeah, the acrylic bubbles are one of my favorite go-to. And we have them in different colors, which is fantastic. Okay, so you think this one should be added, or we're going to come back? So my thought was we would put this like here. Okay. And then we're going to build the rest of the page around it, if that makes sense. And I have this ruler that we have on the website. And then I try to center, since I know that this one's around 4, I'll just mark it. I knew I was forgetting something. So I have, and I'm just going to like mark this where I'm going to lay this back down at. Oh no. Okay. And if you remember, we had our stencil from earlier, and it still has the pixie spray on. And because I have that marked, I am going to come in here and start laying down where we're going to blend on the paper so we can get some crayons, which the kids are using. Do you guys remember the blizzard back in 2010? We lost power for like a week, so we went over to my in-laws and stayed. And father-in-law likes to draw and paint a lot, and he has coloring books for the kids. So my oldest got into the coloring books, and though Nick was like 7 months old at the time, Milo was trying to teach him how to use the crayons, which was so cute. So I'm just coming in here and I'm ink blending and using the Taylor Expression brushes, which we have. And you can just message info@brutusmonroe.com and we can invoice you for them today, if that's something that you want to take advantage of. They're fantastic. And it's nice they have all these different colors, so you don't have to worry about adding anything. Just try to figure out what color you're using. And I'm just going through and adding add this one over here. Oh, and I found it. Fantastic. And then this is our triple berry that we have on the website from Simon. And it is a very beautiful pinky purple. Oop. Got it a little bit too rough. And I'm just ink blending my crayons on. And I know some of my picture will be covered up, but that's okay. And again, I'm not going for a very solid look. I don't think it's necessary. Let's get it. Okay, so I have those two. And what I can do is I can refer back and see exactly where I want to go next with it. Do you see that? And I can put, what do you think? I'm just trying to figure out where the best place for this one is. And what I can do with my tape is mark off where I don't want the blending to go. And I can cover up with the masking. And I'm going to come in with a red. And this red is Love Struck. And I think that that'll pull and I can keep going back and referring. You can get this layered look with the crayons. And then I'll put the red away. And you can see how sharp that is. As far as not, and it looks like a bunch of crayons that have been dropped on the ground, I think. And I think orange would be a good addition. So that is the roar that Simon has out. And what we can do is come back here and add the back end of this crayon before I put it away. So the photo has the whole crayon look. And I'm just going right up against that other color. And we can adjust it as needed. What do you guys think? And then, should we put one over here, or do you think that that is all the crayons we need? What do you guys think? And I can dust off my brush on the surface. Let's see. Maybe right there. What do you guys think? Maybe one last one if we can put a green down. And I'm just going to come in with my masking. So we don't overlap anything that we shouldn't. Yeah, I think one more too, Candy. And then I'll come back here. I think this fake plant will be a good stopping for the crayons. And we'll go to the next step. Okay, so and we can, and you see that up here I did a little bit of light with the orange and the yellow. And really what I'm doing is just making the white not look so one-dimensional. And I think the orange and the yellow does that without being too harsh. It looks like, I tend to agree, it does look like the top of our glue. But I love the little points, and I think it works. And I'm just going in and putting that where it wants to go. And even though I have that set, so that, Hello, Shannon. And so that, just going over that a little bit, makes it not look so one-dimensional. And then what we're going to do is, I want to find my paper again that we had cut, and maybe put another one up here also. You think yellow? You think those ones? I think these would be a good addition. And I am just going to put this in here at the top. And then we're going to distress this the same way. And I'm not going to cut these apart yet till I see how this goes in. And I'm also going to ink this up so it matches our crayon box. And if we rip this ever so lightly, I know some of you guys don't like it when I rip some of the papers, but I think it can be forgiven. We just have to be familiar with the fact that most paper layouts are 12 by 12. And so what I'm doing is I'm just rolling this down ever so slightly so that it works. And this will mimic where we've done that down here on the page. And I think that that's a good spot. And you see why those two should not be cut apart, so that they just slide in right there. And then you think another one or that one is fine. You can also go in with that black. Yes, when someone's cutting apart a stamp, I have to like do deep breathing severely. Okay. And then that so we might end up using this. And I'm just trying to make sure that that's even. Does that make sense with what we're trying to do? And I think that works. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut my paper. I'm going to try to give myself a little bit of space below, so that it makes the most sense. And I'm just going to lay that. I just got to figure out where I want these. And then I'm going to come along just so I like everything to match. So since those other ones have, and I'm going to get that embroidery floss that we had. And then, and this way everything is along the same. And I'm not measuring anything exact, and that's okay. I'm just going to do the same thing with this thread. You know, the studio top was clean when I came in. I have to say I made it a bit of a mess. So I'll have to fix that. So what I'm going to do is come in here with the double-sided tape. No, I'm not going to measure right now. There's no need. And I am just going to, oh, I didn't even take my advice. Scissors are my friend when I'm trying to get under here. See? Oopsie. And then I'm just going to use my scissors again. And then put that here. And I'm just lining it up with the existing paper. And then I'm just going to slide this in. Does that work? I think it works. Tweezers? Why are we needing tweezers? Is that because of Michael? Okay. So there's that. And then we can made it a little bit crooked. There. Okay, so now we need to put this down. Yep. I always do, and I always come away inky and I'm happy, so it's all good. So now I'm going to use this foam tape. And I am going to do this to create a little bit of lift to the project. So that it has a little bit more depth, but you could use it flat. And I'm going to come in with the ruler so that it doesn't look weird and crooked. And I'm just going to lay that down. Okay. And that is there. And now I am going to put some Raven Detail ink right there. And I am going to move my paper. And what I'm going to do next is ink splat that. So it doesn't look perfect. I might need to add a little bit more. Exactly. You need to add layers. And then I'm going to take that orange, which we ended up using quite a bit. And again, you're just adding extra depth. Okay, so now clean up a little bit of my mess. And then what I'm going to do is come in here and, oopsie, knock things over. Okay, so if you remember, I got, yes, pizza. So I have this wonderful sticker that I got from upstairs, and this one is called The Details. It's by Thicketer, American Crafts, and we have these upstairs. And I'm just going to pull out. So I really liked this phrase, happy memories. And I'm going to very gently pull this off. And I can get that T-square out. So that, and I just put a little bit over when this is, you see how some of my letters are on the ruler, and that way when I lift the ruler off gently, the letters are straight. And I'm going to come in here with this one. I have to remember to come back for that. And what do you think? Happy. This one, it just has to hit the base of the ruler. And this is a great way of getting them on straight. And then I can put all types of extra stickers from this collection. I can come over here. I'm just using, you want to make sure that you don't introduce way too many colors. Like these colors all ended up being the rainbow, so that worked well. And you can tell that that just fills up the space. And I'm going to add some of the dots that come with this packet. And then we have the acrylic bubbles, and I can add these also. And that gives it another dimension. Oopsie. I actually like where these ones fell at. How funny is that? Oh, till it sticks to your fingers. Whew. What do you think? Should I add any more? Well, I think that turned out pretty good, right? Thumbs up for the project. What do you think? Is it good? I think it turned out well. Okay. Trying to clean up my mess as I created quite the mess. Okay. So now, thank you. What I can do is I want to get some orange on here. It needs a little bit more. I'm going to come in with, yes, some of our Aqua pigment. There you go. Okay. Okay, so I think you're fine, Shannon. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare that done. I think that's cute. Now, our original project, if you remember, was our Velveteen Glaze. Now, it is not quite done being dried, but we're going to see what we can do to make it into a card. So I'm going to take this slimline card base and I'm just going to fold this in half. And I am going to add my easy tear tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this stuff off before we get to the next step. And again, the scissors or a pokey tool just makes taking the back off so much easier. And I'm going to be very careful with this. Now I'm going to take, let's see if I have blue. Okay, so I'm going to take my turquoise aqua pigment. Oopsie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of the crayon . So it just looks like the crayon has been used. Now, if that had not, I should have done the Velveteen Glaze last. What I could have done was dipped it in. And again, I'm just adding dimension. Okay, so now that was the turquoise. What I'm going to do to finish the card off, and then we're going to be done for today, oopsie, is clean up the aqua pigment so I don't dip my hand into it. And all I need to do for the brush is use it till the blue doesn't come off anymore. There we go. And you can see that it's now almost, there it goes. So that was very, very saturated. Now, using these Aqua pigment brushes, you don't need a ton of brushes. It's all ready to do. I can do yellow, I can do red, whatever color I would like. So now I'm going to take my dye machine, and I'm going to take our slimline dye, and I'm going to get the U, and the thank. Okay. So I'm just going to stick this on here. Oops. And I'm just going to die cut this out. And though this die has a shadow, I'm just going to use the basic. One last time. Okay. Oops. Here's my U. And here is my thank. Oh, did I drop my tea? Okay. Whew. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take my card back. And I'm going to clean up, put my U. And I am just going to start laying this down. Oh no, it's all good. After the live is done, you can go back and hit replay if you want. So I'm just gonna lay these down, and I'm just adding a little bit of glue. And I'm going to use the top of the crayon oops, to keep them even. Oops, all that completely dropped. So folks, I have messed up. Thank you. So I'm going to try this again. And I'm just going to hit the top of this. And what I'm doing is I'm just dipping these in. And then we'll see what we can do to fix. Sorry, the stickers are, or the paper is now sticking to my sticky hands. Okay. So an idea just came to me, right? So we were using those stickers. And I remember this heart. So we're going to take that black and put a heart there. And then we're going to take another heart, because our eyes like rules of 3. Let's see if there's one more red heart. No, but pink is close, right? And then what we are going to do, so that it matches, we're going to come back at our and we are going to ink splatter that. Hello, Beverly. And what I'm doing is I'm just making it look on purpose that we did that. And then you have a card and a layout with the same stencil. And then we used the mat. And we used this glaze, the Velveteen Glaze. And it'll have to dry, but it's almost dry. I don't want to stick my finger in it. And you have a very unique card. Now, Christopher had also brought this sprinkle spread, which I don't know if you guys have seen this on the website or not. It's stunning. So let me grab a piece of paper so I can show it to you. So this is the black. Oh, thank you. You just take this little cup off. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. And look at how pretty that is. Oh my God, it smells amazing too. Okay, so that's that on black. And the sprinkle, and this will be the last thing I'll show you guys. And then I'm going to go. I'm just looking for a white piece of cardstock. Okay. So this is the sprinkle spread on black. I don't know if you can see. Look at how, could you imagine that on like a million different things? I mean, I don't know about you, but I have a million things to celebrate right now. All these kids are graduating, birthdays. I have my husband's birthday coming up next month, my brother's birthday, my father-in-law's birthday, my youngest kid's birthday. And you can put this on. You don't have to do it as thick as I did, but I mean, look. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to have to make cupcakes, but this is not the type of cupcake that you can eat. But how gorgeous is that? Okay. Look. Can you guys see? Like, there's glitter. I mean, that. Too much fun. So grab some sprinkle spread before it's gone. You can get some of our new slimline stencils. Do a layout, do a slimline card, and just be crafty and have fun. Yes, 90 and 100, that's amazing. Well, I hope you guys had fun with me today and enjoyed bearing with me as I ripped paper and just got to create with you guys and had a lot of fun. My Brutus just turned 7, and he decided to give himself his own birthday gift by opening our door and eating an entire Easter basket. So he's a lot of fun. But it was great seeing you guys. We plan on lots of more fun lives. I know Shannon's going to go live tonight. And just go to the Brutus Monroe channel on YouTube. Check out the Christopher Allen channel on YouTube. And there's a lot of fantastic, inspiring things today. And check out the website under the new category. There's a lot of things. And I might have already checked out twice. We have the Simon Hurley new release in stock. You don't want to miss out. I know I'm going to go upstairs and start checking out as soon as I leave. But if you have any questions, just send them to info@brutusmonroe.com. And I'd be happy to help you. And don't forget that Create Your Own Ending event is coming up very soon. So I hope you guys got your ticket. We're down to the last ones. So remember to create your ending, be nice to each other, and have a great day. Bye. I think that stopped. Am I still live? I don't think I'm live. I might be live. Okay. Did that stop?